Hello and welcome back to the Kickback.
Been up for 24 hours.
I felt like
I
was left out in the cold.
Oh my God, someone's become a little bit needy.
This show would be nothing without me.
You're, I don't know, Ronaldo sitting over there, banging goals in for fun. What's in the water in Ireland then?
You were giving it, Man City are going to win the league and they're going to win the Champions League and they're going to win everything. And I'm like, you're miles off. You know what I'm like, less is more. But every this nonsense be on the grass 6 days, 7 days a week, get to overrated, lot of nonsense, don't do it.
And that's why Ruesha's not playing for Chelsea.
She did warn me about you coming on, so I'm a bit worried about what's going to come out of your mouth.
Wow.
Don't worry.
I genuinely believe that personality can win. My dream would be a number 9, but I feel like I'm stuck as a centre-back now. I feel like the game's become a little bit scripted, and like you say, people don't shoot as much.
Yeah.
But I'm all for shooting. Like, if either goes top bins or row Z.
I just fell into the Bend It Like Beckham world by accident. I was asked to novelise the screenplay. People have actually said to me that they do credit the film, but has been some of the drive behind girls wanting to play football.
Hello, how you doing? And welcome back to The Kickback. My name's Shebahn Aherne and I'm joined today in the flesh by the evil twin sister, professional football player, Ruesha Littlejohn, plus Shannon Cooke, who joined the Championship club at Birmingham on loan from West Ham in the January transfer window, will be with us here as well. And author of Bend It Like Beckham, we'll be discussing her new children's book featuring the stories of 11 of the game's biggest trailblazers, including Alex Scott and Wendie Renard. And maybe, just maybe, Ruesha Littlejohn, maybe not. Stay tuned for all of that and much, much more on the way. This is our brand new channel as well. Please subscribe. Encourage subscribers to the Kickback.
Well, I want to actually just say that I wasn't consulted about this. You obviously just went away without including me in your chats, and here we are now. You want me to promote it?
What would be nice is if you were here.
I subscribed. I seen it. I thought, oh, this is new.
This is our channel.
Well, I know, but nobody told me.
What do you need to?
I felt like
sign-off?
I was left out in the cold. Is what happened.
Oh my God, someone's become a little bit needy.
Left out in the cold, I was. This show would be nothing without me, and I want you all to remember that. Okay.
Please subscribe though. You can jump in the comments. We've got lots of exciting stuff coming up for you on the Kickback today and as ever. By the way, I don't know, Ronaldo sitting over there, banging goals in for fun. What's in the water in Ireland then?
I can't run the length for myself anymore, so I'll just try and go on some set pieces and just do a big dirty toe poke, see where it ends up.
A big dirty toe poke?
Yeah. You'd be good at that, just getting a big toe behind it. Really underrated old toe poke, by the way.
toe pokes?
Aye, up your arse. Anyway, but that's that, Cass. That's that. But do you know what we're in?
What?
We are in the title race part, the drama part of the season for the WSL and the Championship, and it's juicing up, and I'm really excited to see where it goes.
I mean, there's so much to focus on, and all these little intricate little stories.
What do you mean?
You know, like, will Man City get Champions League? I doubt it. Manchester United wanted rid of Skinner.
Though it's bants how you were giving it, Man City are going to win the league and they're going to win the Champions League and they're going to win everything, and I'm like, you're miles off it.
I'm sorry.
You should listen to me a bit more often.
No, stop.
Yeah.
Stop it. If they had a fully fit squad, that injury bench.
But guess what?
Is world
they
class.
don't. But even that before that, they were blown up before that. You've just got to come to terms.
Lauren Hemp and Alex Greenwood going out. But they beat Barcelona on match day 1.
That's fine. That's one game.
It was one game, and then they went out after that game.
Well, I'm just saying, even league cast.
So what
even
I'm saying is that injuries do account for a lot.
I'm saying you're miles off it. Well, maybe we're going to need to delve into the sports science and rehab department at Man City and see where they're going wrong.
Maybe we will.
You know what it is? It's probably just a lot of football, probably training loads too. You know what I'm like, less is more. Get to my gym, like 3 training sessions a week, play a game, happy days.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. But every this nonsense be on the grass 6 days, 7 days a week, get to overrated, lot of nonsense, don't do it.
Right, and that's why Ruesha's not playing for Chelsea.
That's true, but I mean, it's just silly. Less is more.
I do
You need
think
to treat
that-
people as individuals these days. Everyone's different. So when you're a 19-year-old kid, you're probably going to be young, healthier joints, healthier tendons, all that. But once you get to my age, it all starts catching up with you. The stress, and think of the surfaces we played on throughout the years.
I'm thinking
Do you know
about the
what?
bottle of wine you sank
sorry,
last night, Hen.
I used to play on gravel pitches. Do you know what that is? Some people wouldn't
Orange,
even know
is
what
that
that is.
orange?
Yeah, the ash, like red
yeah,
ash,
I do
gravel.
remember that.
Yeah,
That was
that's
sore.
what we played on.
I remember you used to get like scabs, like from a fall on that, and it would like crust over orange.
Yeah, like that's a lot of stress on the body, and it'll catch up with you. So anyway, more sob stories later.
Right, okay. Well, on top of that, you do like a swally.
Well, yes, I do, but I've become really fond of the red wine. I'm really into my red these days. It's absolutely beautiful, delicious. And actually, I started with, I think I can drink that a lot slower, be a lot more mature. Next time you're a bottle deep, and you're like, next.
Drink, Father Ted, drink.
I've always been a bit like him. That's why I the bed till what age?
Father Jack.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Father Jack. Yeah.
But look, here we are, no regrets.
What's, say your manager, right, at Shamrock Rovers was like, right, because bear in mind, we're 35 in the summer, sat down with me and was like, right, Rush, I'm going to need you to cut out the red wine.
Yeah. I'd be like, when? If you're going match day -1, I'd be like, yeah, fine, but I don't do that. It's after the game. I enjoy a few drinks after the game.
Surely that's allowed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fine. Some people are robots, though. Some people, like, I look at some people now and I go, okay, think of some people that are like, you're not taking stuff away from them, say they're very good, but they're like,
So professional.
everything's so professional. What they eat, what they drink, which I'm like, that's great. And it's obviously needed. But then I look and I go, do you even like just have that wee bit of enjoyment going? Have a wee wine, have a wee cider, it's not going to kill you. But some people would be like totally against it. And I'm like, geez, that's boring. Because I'm like, when you look back, nobody's really going to remember you for being like a little cabbage eater. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That won a few
Ella
trophies.
Rutherford, bless her heart.
Yeah.
She's not had a drink in 10 months.
Fair play.
She's like, I'm not doing it. I'm just going full. I'm engaged. I'm going for it. And I was like, fair play, yeah. And then I was in the company of a top athlete, footballer, not too long ago. And I said, do you want a glass of this? Whispering Angel. She was like, what's this? And I was like, this is top shelf, Rosie.
Yeah.
You've skipped the ladder. You're at the top now. Give it a good sniff. Like, and then have a nice wee drink of that. And honestly, it was like our first experience of happiness.
Oh, really?
Our eyes lit up like a candle.
Lash.
It was like that.
But what I would say is,
I was like,
when
see, it's good for you.
Can we say it's like we drink maturely? Do you know what I mean?
We're
So
not
it's
sessioners.
not a binge drinker.
I've got it in this glass.
It's just a wee rosy in here. But yeah, I think it's important to. It's all in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
All in moderation. And do you know what it is though now? Coming into salad season.
Oh, I love salad season.
I know. You wouldn't know.
Rush,
No.
I know, because I'm an
You wouldn't know.
absolute pie monster these days, right? But I'm trying to work on that because I've started weightlifting. Yes, I've started weightlifting. What's so funny?
I seen in your kitchen you get a 3 kg, a 2 kg, and a
They're
1
my
kg.
kids, so they work out with
For
me.
the kids, right?
They're
Okay.
the kids. But I've got your 15 kgs that I'm lifting now. So actually I'm doing them at the same time, which is 30 kg, in case you can't count.
Okay.
Which is heavy for me. It's pretty heavy. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm taking my,
Protein.
no, what's that? Serum stuff I was
Your
telling you.
collagen.
My collagen.
Right.
And I'm getting into the protein and salad dinners.
Good for you.
And I'm trying to have 2 of them a day. But anyway, hot tip, cucumber, dice it up really, really small. Red onion, really, really small. Tomatoes, really, really small. Olive oil, mix it up. Salt, little bit of salad cream. In my belly! Defender Shannon Cooke is with us to talk about her loan spell at Birmingham. Shannon, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Welcome to the Kickback. It's nice to have you here.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
You've got, I hope you don't take this the wrong way or like a weird way, but you've got such a presence about you.
Really?
Yeah, like
Thank you.
He's been firing into everyone
I know.
today. You're going to need to watch yourself later.
honestly, here's me pretending to be married to him.
I know.
and all that. I'm joking, Shannon, sorry, that's so inappropriate.
Where's the ring?
No, I genuinely am. I'm
Got a
not. We joke that I'm gay, but I'm not.
Oh, I get that a lot.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's women's football, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a stereotypical women's
I'm
football.
like, I have a boyfriend, and they're like, come on, I have a boyfriend. I'm like,
Please.
leave me, you've all seen him.
Well, good to have you here.
Yes.
How's everything going then at Birmingham?
Really, really good. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's a lovely change in environment. It was quite a quick decision. It came around quite quick. But as soon as I spoke to Amy, I knew that that was the right move in that moment, and I'm happy I did it.
It's been really, it was a great start as well for you as well. Like you really took to the team pretty well and really made an instant impact. That must have been quite satisfying.
Yeah, I mean, that was the goal. Obviously, when you join the business end of the season, you don't have time to really try and slot in. You've just got to get straight into it and do whatever you can. And obviously, we're in the promotion race, so I just wanted to add whatever I could to the team to help make that possible. And yeah, I had a good start, which is fortunate. Always part of the plan.
Obviously, you've been in there. Good group of girls. I know a few of them myself. Obviously, Lucy Quinn. So,
Yeah.
do you struggle with Lucy? It's okay if you do.
No,
I do.
I actually think she's hilarious, but she did warn me about you coming on, so I'm a bit worried about what's going to come out of your mouth.
Wow.
Don't worry.
Surprise, surprise. In the wings today. The two of them together is just an absolute basket case of madness.
Yeah, I've seen the podcast.
We're okay. We're not that bad.
No,
We're quite chill together.
I think she's so funny.
Yeah.
She's just naturally hilarious.
Yeah.
Like some people try and be funny and it's not funny,
Yeah.
but she just got something about her. And she doesn't care if she's in a room full of 30 people, she'll still crack a joke.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so brave, because if nobody laughs, you're going to look like a fool.
Yeah, but I think that's
Every
just her.
time.
She's just natural.
Yeah,
so she
it's
just,
brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, she's a great character
Yeah.
on the team.
There was I know this is going way off piece, but when they were at the World Cup, you had done one of your vlogs for YouTube, and Lucy had like the tactics board, and it was pre-Canada game, and she put all of the little markers in front of the goal, and she's like, and this is called Park the Bus. And that really tickled me, and I was like, God, because that's probably what you're going to have to do against Canada.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
quite good.
Yeah.
That was probably the game plan.
Yeah.
Park
Yeah.
the bus. Things looking good for Birmingham as well. As we've said, do a shot next time we say business end, but you're getting to that stage. How's the vibe in camp? How's the dressing room feeling?
Yeah, good. I mean, like you say, we've got some big characters, which is always nice. There's so much personality in the team. And I genuinely believe that personality can win.
I like that.
I think if you're playing at a certain level, everyone is obviously talented enough to be there and to win. And I genuinely believe if you've got a bit about you as a team, you can win off of that bit about you and that personality and that desire to want it and work hard for each other. And I do genuinely believe that we've got that in the dressing room at Blues.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Obviously, I've been at London City too, so I know a lot of your players, I know a lot of the London City girls. And it's one of those, it's like getting closer to the end, obviously in your hands. And London City, obviously, I'm watching closely, wanting to not slip up, but it could all come down to the last game of the season. So I can't wait. Really, yeah, and it's at Birmingham, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's at Birmingham,
home.
yeah. So it's yours to lose as such, but it's a really exciting end to the season. So I'll be definitely keeping my eyes over it. It'd be great if we could get to the game.
We should do it. Let's go.
What date's it on? Do we know a date, guys? Do we know a
Must
date?
be the last weekend
well,
of
last
April.
weekend.
4th of May.
Oh, is it?
4th of May, yeah, it goes into May.
2 p.m.
so-
kickoff.
Okay, we could be there.
I'll put you on the guest list.
Can you sort us out tickets? VIP, please?
Oh, I don't
We'd
know
like
if
that.
I can get
Come on,
access to the
come
VIP.
on.
You're pushing it a little bit.
Come on. Yeah.
Can't you
I'll
get
be
in
I'll
touch
do my
with
best.
London City for us?
Well,
Oh,
they
no, you're
probably,
not in the Blues
yeah.
end. I'll sort it out.
Thank you.
I'll get you VIP if
Okay.
you sit in the Blues.
Okay.
Oh, to be fair, you kind of are entitled to
That'd be a
leave.
great wee vlogging day. That'd be a great vlogging day.
Yeah.
So I'll see what we can arrange.
I mean, I love the sound of your friends at London City, but
Yeah.
I hope you pump them.
Thank you.
Obviously,
appreciate that.
business is business, whatever. But obviously, I've got
Not
good
for me.
girls.
To
good
remain
girls.
impartial.
I take it personally.
Yeah.
Okay? I take it personally.
I appreciate that. Every fan counts.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're right. It's quite a tasty way for the season to end, that it could go down to that. Would you say... What were you going to say?
Nothing.
I thought you were
You
going
just talk. You go.
Right.
You go. I go.
Okay. Would you say that you mentioned the big characters? Is there enough metal in the dressing room as well? Enough like steel to make sure that it's yours to go and win? Or are there the nerves at this stage as well? You could lose it.
I think obviously, of course, there's nerves, but I think they can be used in a good or a bad way. And I think elite athletes, like, we feel pressure. Of course, we do. It's because we care. But I think pressure can either excite you or it can paralyse you. And we're so excited. And I think that excitement can push us on, obviously one game at a time, and we have 3 left, but that excitement can push us on as a team to hopefully achieve what we want to.
I mean, I think some things we've discussed in the past, and you absolutely probably won't go into this, but when you look at West Ham, and I feel that they could be given more, maybe from the board. Now we know that Birmingham had a shocker, you know, a few years ago.
Yeah,
you know,
when I was there, it was
almost exposed for the lack of support that the women are getting. But Tom Brady's in there now, and the injections of cash are coming everywhere. Are the women seeing benefits of that?
Yeah, I think as soon as I stepped into the building at Blues, I could see that there was for sure investment. And I think money talks. Like you see the top 4 teams in WSL 1, there's a huge gap. And I think that's crazy due to the budget, because obviously they can afford the best players and the best facilities because, like I say, money talks. And I do think you can see that at Blues. The environment is so professional, the facilities are unbelievable. And I generally do believe that investment and that backing can help push the team to the highest league.
Absolutely. You look at London City and you go, Michelle Kang's come in.
Yeah.
So she's got money there to invest. So I'm kind of like going, it's actually a shame that maybe 2 teams aren't going up this year, because I think you've got teams there that are looking to really push forward. They're not there to make up numbers. They want to progress. They want to push their women's teams on and be successful. So it's a shame right now there's maybe the 2 teams not going up, but obviously it makes for a juicier end to the season. But another thing in my head there was, talk to us about your goal. When was that, the other month there? Where you just step forward and just smash 1 top bins. Was it just instinct? Or what happened? What were you feeling?
I mean, I love to shoot. My dream would be a number 9, but I feel like I'm stuck as a centre-back now. But I would love to be a 9. That's honestly a dream. And when we play small-sided games, I live for them, because it means I actually get the opportunity to shoot. And I love scoring. Who doesn't? And I thought as soon as the ball came across, I knew that if my teammate played me the ball, I was going to hit it, because I saw that she was slightly off her line. And I'd actually had 2 chances before that, because it was 0-0. I'd had 1 chance as a header on the 6-yard box, and it got saved. And then I had a half volley back post that I think got blocked by the defender and hit the side net. And I was like, this is so typical. I've had 2 chances in and around the 6. Let's just have a go from 40 yards. And typical, that was the one that actually went in.
No, it's some strike, but you're just looking, it's some distance out. So
yeah. Well, I've seen yours the other day from kick-off.
Yeah.
You must have seen mine and wanted to be a little bit like me.
Right, let's give it a go.
I could do that too, guys. Don't
you? Yeah.
No, I saw yours. That was wicked.
Yeah.
That's definitely a goal of mine in my career, to score from the kick-off.
It's one of those, though, I think sometimes people are encouraged not to try things.
Yeah.
So, I've had people before, where people don't want you trying things, but I'm like, if you see something like you've said earlier on in the game, you've clocked keepers off our line. So maybe there's just something there in your head.
Yeah.
And we kind of normally have, there's probably a set routine. But I was like, hold on a wee second. I was like, keepers off our line, and what you see, does she go back? And she didn't.
Yeah,
so it's just kind of one of those, you just go for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's instinct, or sometimes it's you pick up on something. But even one of my pet hates is penalties. And when people try the Panenka, I'm all for it, because I'm like, well, they're trying to outsmart a keeper.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't come off, it's right away, they're the bad guy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but what if you put your foot behind it and the keeper saves it? You're not a bad guy. I'm like, should you not be encouraged to try things and take risks?
I do feel like the game's become a little bit scripted.
Yeah.
Obviously, you look back to years and years ago, people wanted to pick the ball up, they wanted to run with the ball, they wanted to put the team on their back. And now it's very composed, let's play, patterns of play. And like you say, people don't shoot as much.
Yeah.
But I'm all for shooting. Either goes top bins or row Z.
Yeah.
There's not really much in between with me.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
I'm ready to take the risk.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. If there's someone they've taken 6 shots from outside the box and you're in a better position, you'd be going, right, come on, use your teammates here. But you can't fault someone for if it opens up having a try.
Absolutely. No one's going to tell them off from missing.
I mean, but just asking from a player's perspective then, if you're in that position each game, would you do it? Or would it get in your head, I did this last week, so I can't do it again? And then would my teammates get annoyed at me for that? How do you then read when's the right time or the wrong time?
I feel like sometimes the game, in the moment, it's different. Like Shannon said, she clocked at some point. The goal is quite high here, so it's in your head.
Yeah.
Obviously now you might have some goalies that are a bit more cautious because they know that you could maybe step up with that in your locker.
Yeah.
But it's one of those, yeah. But I think it's important as players, in the moment, you're going to try stuff. Sometimes you go, I was miles off there, that wasn't on. But you don't know if you don't think it's worth a try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I'd be devastated if I missed it. Like, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. But to be fair, like that goal was an absolute screamer, and your goal from kick-off was like to get the precision right, like to get it almost inch perfect, you know, is something that I commend you both on. So well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks. You're going to make us an award?
I'll maybe come up with something.
Okay, thanks.
What was it we called your the barn door?
The barn
Not
door.
The Ballon d'Or, we call it.
I get the barn door.
The barn door.
Yeah.
All right, Ruesha gets the barn door award.
Yeah, hopefully. I'll
The
get
barn
that.
door.
Yeah.
It's like the Walmart version.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm the
Boy.
okay.
That's none of my business.
Me being all gay again. No, Shannon, tell us as well about your career so far and how it was you get into football. Like where did it start for you, the love of the game?
Oh, cut a really long story short, I was actually a bit of a late bloomer. I started when I was 9.
Right, okay.
I tried loads of different sports. I was really athletic at school, and the parents used to say to Mum and Dad, "You've got to get her into sports." And Mum and Dad used to say, "We've tried, but she just gets bored of everything so quick." Like I tried cross country, boring. That was probably a really poor choice
Yeah.
from me to even attempt that. I tried tennis, but they just wanted to play games. I wanted to rally like Serena.
Okay.
Like, why are we playing silly drills? Let's play tennis.
Yeah.
That was boring. I think I played netball, boring. And then football came along, and I actually had my older brother, who's 3 years older than me, so he would have been 12. So his feet would have been a lot bigger than mine at me being 9. I wore his boots to this local little park training session, and they were far too big for me. But Mum and Dad are like, "We're not spending 60 quid on a pair of boots for you to get bored in a week," which is valid.
Yes.
We went to a tournament, we got absolutely thrashed like 2 weeks later, and a Watford scout called my mum when I was at school, and they were like, "Oh, we saw your daughter, we think she's got a lot of potential." And my mum was like, "Is this a prank call?" Like, because we didn't know girls played football. I mean, it was 2009, so the game was nowhere near what it is now. And I went along to this trial, and it was like a fate. Hundreds of girls, we thought we'd turn up to the wrong place. I got a call back, and I ended up playing for Watford for 2 seasons. They then lost their licence, so I went to Oxford for a season. Then I moved to Middlesex for 2 seasons, and then I was at Arsenal for 5 before heading out to the States.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. And we never really ask people when they hear, like, how did it all start? Like,
Yeah.
the love of football kind of thing. But I bet you're just good at all sports.
Not to sound arrogant, but I did
Yeah.
at school. I didn't go to like an athletic school, so like at school I used to have to carry the team. But like now I couldn't just like slot into professional sports. Now I'd look like a fool. But I do enjoy all sports. I just
Yeah.
like being active and competing.
That's good.
They do say that, like, when you're younger playing all sports, it is better for when you then go into, like, your main sport of choice, just because you've got just different skill sort of sets. So,
We're going to take up the golf together.
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I've been trying that recently.
Have you? How are you
Yeah.
getting on?
I bet you're just playing off scratched already or something. You probably are.
No, I've not got a clue. My boyfriend loves golf, and
Okay.
so does his brother. So we've been going to the pitch and putt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm actually improving
Okay.
quite drastically fast.
Hey, some people are
I'm a
just
quick
good at
learner.
sport.
And then we went the other day with the Birmingham girls. There's literally opposite training, there's a driving range.
Right.
But there was no drivers.
Oh, that's a bit
You
annoying.
had to hit it with like a wedge.
Well, do
I
you know
don't want
what?
to play with a wedge.
See, I don't use the driver because I'm that bad. I'm that bad, and then I get really angry, and I get anger issues, and then I throw my toys out the pram. So I'm not going to take up golf until I can fully commit to it. So maybe in another season, when I hang up the boots, I'll go hard for it.
I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm this summer. I've been saying it for ages. Before like the kids were born, I was into it, and then I had the kids, and I was like, well, you just don't get time.
Yeah.
And my husband's obsessed, so he goes out and plays golf, and he's like, you should get into it too. And I'm like, and then what? Who looks after the kids? You know.
Put them in the crash.
Yeah, I know we need a golf crash. I don't think they believe in that in golf clubs at the moment.
No, probably not.
Okay.
Probably too loud.
Yeah, no.
Golf's a quiet sport, isn't it?
But my daughter, I think she could be. I think Reva's like just good at all sports.
She's athletic, yeah, you can see she's
can tell.
athletic.
Yeah, I think you can tell with kids
Yeah.
at a young age if they've got it or not.
Yeah, yeah. Well, good for you. Keep going.
Thank you.
Yeah, oh God, should
We'll
be.
be keeping our eyes
Flying
tuned,
the
but I'm going to, well, obviously can get Lucy to sort us out, but I'm definitely going to get to
Let's do that.
last game of the season, make
yeah.
a day out, do a wee bit of vlogging.
That'd be great.
And
Come on, you Blues.
Exciting.
Yes.
Exciting.
I love it. I don't know what chance
offence.
she's going to be doing, Ruesha, but
Yeah, yeah. No,
Stay in the
I'll
Blues
keep it
in.
clean, don't worry. Don't worry.
Just be
Remain
standing
impartial.
there like that to Michelle Gang.
professional.
See you. See you, Michelle. I'm totally over it. I'm fine, Shannon. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck between now and the end of the season and everything else that's to come for you. Good luck, okay? Gurav, a talkSPORT reporter and WSL super fan.
Just everything, really.
Everything. She does everything. Literally everything. Need something done? Call Uma. Can we talk about Arsenal?
Yes.
Because I feel that maybe I owe Renee Slegers a bit of an apology.
Really? Why?
I don't know if it's because I don't have the complete belief maybe in the board and how Arsenal operate. Maybe it's that in terms of the women.
I know what you mean, in the sense that they still have this kind of feeling of underachieving. And it's hard because I think Renee Slegers is a great manager, but at the end of the day, this season is still kind of underperforming in everything. I mean, trophies, if trophies do define success, they're still not at a point where they're kind of like, you know, winning the W. So maybe I'm wrong. I know that they've kind of, you know, got themselves back into a position where they could challenge, but only if Chelsea fall off a cliff. And I think Renee Slegers is the manager that they needed at the beginning of the season, and they only got her halfway through. So while I have so much admiration for what she's done, I think the true test will come next season when hopefully she'll get that chance from the beginning of the season to put her methods into play and see if she can actually mount a title challenge for the first time in a long time. But yeah, you have to say some of the performances, I mean, that Leicester win was incredible.
And I'm not overawed by that win because I knew it. I knew that Arsenal were, no disrespect to Leicester, but they've struggled against Arsenal for how long? You know, we knew it was going to happen. But yeah, to put 5 goals past them when you've not got Alessia Russo and you've not got Chloe Kelly, I think has shown that there's a togetherness in the team as well. And they've made the Emirates their place to be, their place to have fun, their place to score a rack of goals whenever they're on the pitch.
It's amazing the amount they're scoring every single game at the Emirates now. And you mentioned the togetherness, and one of my favourite moments from that game was Vic Pilova scoring, right, since her return from that ACL injury. She was out for so long, but when she scored, the celebrations in the team, it got me in the feels a little bit, because I was just thinking, like, that's a team that are really, really together. And I think at times under the Jonas era, I don't know if I saw that in some games, even when they were winning, there didn't seem to be that feeling of togetherness and like they were a team going towards something, whereas that felt different. It feels different now, and I guess we'll have to see what that translates into in terms of success. But yeah, completely agree. And yeah, you know, Leicester didn't turn up at all. I mean, they've had their moments this season, and at one point we thought they were going to be maybe in that relegation battle, but for Arsenal, the real test is going to have to come against better teams.
Like you say, there's that cushion now between them and Chelsea. We don't see Chelsea falling off. They're a team that know how to win. But credit to Arsenal to put themselves in the position that they're in at the minute. Like we say, Chelsea still now have that game in hand. But let's talk about there's a couple of things I want to talk about. Beth Mead will come to that. But the Champions League coming forward, because if they can find themselves in a Champions League final, then that represents an element of a decent season, or no?
For sure.
Oh,
I mean, okay. No, absolutely. I think if they can get through, if they get to the final. Oh my God, can you imagine if the finals against Chelsea? That would be incredible, by the way. Oh, I'd love that. Arsenal versus Chelsea in the final. Chelsea going for the quadruple and Arsenal go, nope. I mean, that would be an amazing season. That's like Renee Slegers, well done you. But yeah, for sure, I think competing on a European level, you know, obviously Arsenal are the only team ever to have got that European success in that way.
And a quadruple.
Back when our very own Leanne Sanderson, she'll never forgive me if I don't mention that again.
Name check. Every time you hear quadruple, you go Leanne Sanderson. They're synonymous.
But for sure, and you look at the quality of the team when they actually won that quadruple, and you look at the quality of the team now, and it's high, but I think we've seen that quality in Arsenal for so many years, but they've never been in this position where you actually really think that they could have a chance of winning the Champions League. So yeah, to get to a final, I think so much else could be forgiven this season. Not all of it, because realistically they haven't managed to get themselves. I say this, but what happens if Chelsea lose their next 3 games? I don't know, maybe it will happen. That West Ham result was a shock, to be fair. So Arsenal are not out of it. We're all going to look really, really silly if Chelsea suddenly start losing everything and we're like, oh. We've been saying that they've won it since like January, I think was the first time I said Chelsea have basically won it. So
well, listen, nothing is won and lost in April, but at the same time, there's not far to go. And Chelsea don't give you reason of concern. They don't. Or do they?
It's in. You know what? Now you say it, they don't give me reason to think that they would give up on that position that they're in. But actually, you look at the first half of that semi-final, FA Cup semi-final against Liverpool. They didn't look at their best. I know they completely turned it around in the second half, and it probably could have been far more than 2-1. And you look at that performance against Man City in the first leg of that Champions League tie. There have been moments when Chelsea haven't been on it at all. And I think they're that kind of team where when they're good, they're so good. But when they're bad, they've got weaknesses and you can penetrate their defence particularly, and they do switch off a bit. Maybe it's the strain of being in so many competitions. I don't know what it is, but I think they've looked weaker and weaker as the season gone on. And you compare it to like Liverpool under Aherne Slot, right? That just kind of limping towards the title. I think it's a similar situation, and I'm not sure it is a reflection on any kind of lack of quality. I think it might just be fatigue.
Do you think Arsenal can get by Lyon?
My Arsenal heart says yes, absolutely, they can do it. If people like Caitlin Ford perform like they did against Leicester, if they perform the way they did when they turned around that 3-0 deficit against Real Madrid, absolutely. My worry is with some of the quality that Lyon are going to bring, like Dhami, that Dhami-McCabe battle that we might see come up. I'm not sure whether, we know Katie McCabe likes to really push up the pitch. What if she overcommits? I think that leaves gaps in their backline. Arsenal's backline is strong, but it's not unpenetrable. We've seen that. Even with Leicester, we saw that. I think it was a really strong attacking performance. But there's always, I think, red flags when you score so many but still manage to concede, because that's not a fully dominant performance. Can they get past Lyon? It all depends, I think, how well they do in the first leg. Really, Arsenal would have wanted it to be the other way around, I think. Go to Lyon first and then come back to the Emirates. You can't pick and choose these things, I suppose. But if they can get... ideally you want to be putting three or four past Lyon at the Emirates and making sure that you don't concede at all. I'm not sure. I will be very happy if they do get past them, but I think they're going to have to make the performance of their season, basically.
Yeah, like we say, bumping into their old manager, Joe Montemuro, on that journey. Last time Arsenal won a title, he was the manager. Yeah. So he knows, maybe not this team incredibly well, but he'll know how to get past an opposition. You mentioned Leanne Sanderson. I do feel in the past, Leanne and I have discussed his skills and his performances in the past and how he rates as a manager. I, for one, think Joe is an elite manager. I think he's got the nickname Pep. I'm sure some people call him Pep, of like women's football. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I think you're right. It's going to be a really tough test for Arsenal. If they can make the Emirates their fortress and run amok in that first leg, then you never know. But the front line of Lyon, and knowing that they are the champs of this competition, they've won it more than any other. I think Arsenal are looking and going, okay, this is going to be a tough old test, and this is where we will see how far Arsenal are off it. If they're not to get past, I think it could be disturbing.
For sure, it could be one of those games which turns quite ugly, I think, if Arsenal don't really turn up. And it's also such an interesting indicator of where English women's football compared to European football, because you've got Arsenal going up against Lyon, Chelsea, Barcelona. What does that look like? How much can they actually fight these battles? Can Chelsea overcome Barcelona? God, the demons that they're going to have to overcome to get past them. But it's like, when you look at teams like Arsenal and Chelsea now, how do they compare to teams like Lyon and Barcelona, who are the giants of the Champions League? Where are we? Are we at a point where, yes, I know a lot of people say the WSL is one of the best, if not the best, women's league in the world because of the quality. But do they have the best teams in the women's game? I'm not sure they do still, and you have to start asking the questions. Why is that? If they can't make it to a Champions League final, why not?
Yeah.
Why?
No, you make a very valid point there. I think when they're on your doorstep and you're focusing on especially these two London teams who have been dominating the WSL for a long time, and they've got the biggest budgets and they're bringing in, world record players, you're then looking and going, well, how long before they can start competing to be the best clubs in the world, and especially in Europe. Talk to me about Beth Mead, because for me Beth Mead is a world-class player, and obviously something seems to be amiss at Arsenal at the minute, but I think Beth Mead is coming on. She's taking her chances now. She's scoring goals, and I'm seeing rumours, Emma.
What rumours are you seeing? There's
just rumours, isn't there? Aren't there?
But I didn't want to believe those.
We believe what we want to believe in.
She can't go.
This is it. I'm like, what? How incredible if Beth could be one of the star players against Leon. Do you know what I mean? And do her thing, because I think she's a national treasure.
Yeah.
Treat her like a princess, you know. Make sure, wrap her up in cotton wool.
Make her stay.
Give her a little bottle of milk and tuck her into a cot, because she is precious cargo.
I think you forget sometimes as well, like, her impact at the Euros, because I know she wasn't maybe like the Alessia Russo scoring the back heel, and she wasn't.
But she was top scorer.
Exactly, but I think sometimes she gets forgotten because maybe she didn't like score the winning goal in the final or something. And I think also that period where she had the ACL injury, obviously then didn't compete at the Women's World Cup, which probably, I don't know whether that would have made the difference for England in the final, having someone like her.
Very possible. It's a confidence in front of goal, Uma. Like, on our 1v1 battles, that's what I'm like, oh, Beth just comes to life. And how many times have we sat and watched in those positions? And it's where, like, I think she feels, I can do something here. You know, if she can get herself into those positions, if she's given that opportunity, I don't think she'll ever disappoint.
No, and the beautiful thing that we've seen over the last couple of months is that confidence has come back, because I think she lost it for a bit. She did. And I guess that's completely natural with players coming back from a long period out with injury. We saw it with Leah Williamson as well. I don't think she was at her best for a long time. And maybe she's still in the process of kind of getting there, I suppose. But with Beth Mead, the last few games, she's got that glint in her eye back again. She's making those runs. She's scoring now. And it's, for England as well, it's the perfect timing, isn't it? That's what you want to see when we're heading towards the Euros. You want to see Beth Mead taking the ball just on the edge of the box, putting it onto the left or the right foot, and trying those beautiful curls that we know she loves to do into the top corner. And I think for Arsenal, that could be the difference again in some of these huge games that they've got coming up. Because when Beth Mead is on top form, Arsenal are usually on top form as well.
And this is it, with Alessia Russo obviously not playing against Leicester, same with Chloe Kelly, they've got these niggles. Again, Renee Slegers was probably full of belief that they're going to go up against Leicester and they're going to win, so you're going to take the opportunity to make sure those players are being absolutely cared for and resting as much as they can. Obviously, priority is to have them available for Leon, but having people like Beth Mead with the experience she's got in major tournaments and the confidence that she's got as well, I think is a huge add, and something that maybe has gone under the radar for Arsenal this season.
Yeah, for sure, because I think something that we talk about with Arsenal is maybe the lack of depth that they have compared to the likes of Chelsea. But actually, I think, and we'll talk about this in a minute, I'm sure, but when you look at depth, and Man City have shown recently that depth is about having the right amount of players that if you are hit with injuries, and you never know how many injuries that's going to be, but you have to have the right amount of players to replace them. And bringing in Chloe Kelly, I think, for Arsenal was crucial, because they have needed her, and look what a difference she's made. But yeah, there are going to be times when you don't have Alessia Russo, and we saw against Leicester. Again, I know not a quality opposition, but Stina Blackstenius can step up, Caitlin Ford stepping up in those moments. And it's important that, you know, if that happens again and we don't have the likes of Alessia Russo, England need to sort out this problem, by the way, what they do when they don't have Alessia Russo. But you have to have someone who can step into those shoes, and Beth Mead as well is that player, I think.
Looking ahead to next season, it's looking like a fascinating one. Man City, like we say, licking their wounds. Chelsea still in for a quadruple, and Arsenal, could they make it to a final?
Yeah.
Either way, it's tasty enough so far. You can get in the comments, by the way. You can let us know your thoughts on the discussions that and I have just had there. We're going back to the studio. And finally for you on the show, the author of Bend It Like Beckham, Narender Dami, written a new children's book to help girls improve both on and off the pitch, with guidance from 11 of football's most inspiring females, including former players, referees and boardroom execs. Narinder is with us now on the Kickback. What an absolute treat to have you here on the show. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming on. Tell us about the playbook, Mastering the Game, first, please, Narinder.
Okay, here it is.
Oh, boom. Boom, flashing it off. I love that.
Yeah, it's a MasterCard initiative. It's been created to support their Girls for Football programme, which has been rolled out across 5 European countries. That's the UK, Italy, France, Spain and Germany. And it's to encourage girls to pursue a career in sport, specifically football, and also help them to develop life skills that will be useful to them on and off the pitch. So quite a big remit, but hopefully the book will help. There it is again.
I love it. Do you know, automatically, you say don't judge a book by its cover, but I like the look of this book and I'm probably going to read it. And it sounds right up our street as well. How important is it to continue pushing and making sure this message of girls in sport is heard and you know, just getting into grassroots and knowing that they've got a place, you know, to be in sport? How important is that?
Oh, it's incredibly important. I mean, all of the women in the book, the ones who wanted to play football, basically had no girls' clubs to join. Obviously, the situation is different now. They all talk about the need for investment and for media time to help to continue to grow the game. And also for girls, the book is aimed at girls aged 8 to 16. And for that age group, it's really important because we know that statistically a lot of girls abandon sport, any sport, when they hit puberty, basically, because they get embarrassed about their bodies, periods or whatever. And so it's really important that we encourage them to keep at it. And not everyone's going to be an Alex Scott, you know, but there are other careers within football, and this is partly what the book is about. It's not just doesn't just include players; it includes referees, coaches, and also women who work behind the scenes in football clubs.
How do you feel? Obviously, Bend It Like Beckham was absolutely iconic, and obviously you look at that then, and now you fast forward to where we are now. Can you believe like how drastically the game has improved and just how much more opportunities there actually is there available for young girls like to be involved in sports and football, whether like you said it's playing or being referee or just part of a background staff? Can you believe like how massive it is?
No, I can't believe it because Bend It Like Beckham, actually, the film came out in 2002. So it's, you know, 23 years ago. And we've just made massive steps since. I mean, I just fell into the Bend It Like Beckham world by accident. I was asked to novelise the screenplay and just loved the film. It was described to me as a small British film. The director wants a novel of the screenplay. And when I saw it, I loved it. And then suddenly it grew and mushroomed and boomed into this huge hit. And people have actually said to me that they do credit the film with actually some of the drive behind girls wanting to play football.
I mean, it has to be back to 2002 when there was no women's games being televised. You know, people watched the movies, and Bend It Like Beckham came out with Keira Knightley, and you know, it just absolutely blew up. So I would say that was a bit of a movement then. And then almost women's football got on the back of that. So it really did start something. You know, I don't mean that in a forgetting of what was there before Bend It Like Beckham, because obviously there was players doing it at the best they possibly could. But it put more eyes on the fact that girls play football too.
I think it was... I mean, for me, because I come from an Asian background, the fact that it was an Asian girl was particularly interesting to me. And of course, I'm a football fan as well. But yes, I think the whole, outside of the ethnicity of the hero, it was like, yes, girls can play football, do want to play football. And, you know, where are the opportunities for them to play? Well, of course, things are improving so much now and are very different from how they were in 2002.
Who's your team, Narinder? Who do you support?
Wolves.
I like Wolves. I like Vitor Pereira. He speaks very, very well. I like the cut of his jib, as we say.
Yeah, we do. Nuno, Nuno, who's now at Notts Forest. He was really popular in Wolverhampton, but I think Vitor is actually getting to the same level of popularity here. Good stuff. And what about you as well, Narender? And you know, the book that you've just done here, the playbook, Mastering the Game. Is there any future plans for you and writing anything else? Should we be looking out for? No.
Have a holiday.
I actually retired last November.
Did you? Fair play to you. Fair play.
My husband and I are planning to do a lot more travelling, like everyone says when they retire. But when my agent called me and said, she sent me an email and said, now I know you've retired, but project has just come in, so I couldn't really say no.
Oh, yeah, and especially if you're passionate about these things as well. Narinder, keep going, honestly. Don't stop now. You know, put the feet up and write another masterpiece. We'll all be there to cheer you on. Narinder, thank you so much for coming on, and take care and good luck with the new book, okay? Hold it up again one more time.
Sorry?
Hold it up again one more time, the book.
Oh, okay.
Bosh. Bosh. Have some of that. Narinder, thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.
See ya. All the best. Do you remember watching Bend It Like Beckham?
Yeah, like many moons ago. It's something you'd actually like have to watch back.
So we should probably do that.
Yeah. Madness. Madness, yeah.
Do you think that's what made 2002?
I think it'd be cool to actually make like a newer one.
Aye.
Like another.
Well, there has to be a film in the making.
Maybe just keep it a secret. Maybe they'll do another one.
Bend
I think
It
they
Like
should.
Beckham
Part
2.0.
But
you would be. It wouldn't be Beckham because now
it's a female player. Bend it
like Marta.
Who are we picking?
Bend It Like Ruesha.
Well, I was going, if it's England, they were going to go with an English player, but I just don't know who.
Bend It Like Beth.
Bend It Like Beth. There you go.
That's perfect, isn't it?
So
because she was bending
that's exciting.
them.
Maybe there's something out there in the plans.
I mean,
Big Bad World. It's got to be. Yeah.
I love the idea of that, like going and watching a new like girls football movie at the cinema. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Wonder if they'll ask me to play anyone.
Because even now, like the standard and the quality and the technical level, it would be like, maybe that's what I could be a stunt double. I could be Beth's stunt double.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll ask her if she's up for it.
Just
We'll
don't
see
kick
who
a
wants
ball.
to get. No. I just not run.
Right.
I just like just pass or whatever. Pass, kick. I won't do any of the running bits. Do you know what I mean? Because she'd be like rapid and I'm like a wee slug. Just so we'll give that a miss.
Beth, I feel like I actually don't need a stunt double. I do all my stunts. Oh, I like the idea of that. Bend it like Beth made. Bosh. I want the royalties. I will remember and I will find you if you make this movie and you don't consult me first. And give me some.
It was my idea.
Was it? I said Bend It Like Beth.
I just came up with the whole idea.
Of what, a new movie? It was meant for the title.
About the lionesses and that. Anyway, wrap this up. Your taxi's outside.
Spielberg over there.
Your taxi's outside.
Right, when will I see you then?
In 2 weeks' time. Okay. I should be back.
Till then, please call me, write to me, send me a letter.
Okay,
send
bye.
me pictures every day. Love you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.